That 1950D nickel is a tough one to find. Took us 167 boxes to find it to complete the Series 1 album, and we're already at boxes 94 and 95 to try to find it yet again for the Series 2 set of books. Now, it'd be nice to find it, but if not, we'll take some buffalo nickels, some silver nickels, key dates or semi-key dates, or any upgrades for the book. Hey everyone, it's RobFindsTreasure. Welcome back to my channel. Like I said in the intro, we have a 2-box nickel hunt on our quest for that 50D. We'll take upgrades, additions, buffalo, silver nickels, you name it, but our quest is for the 50D. I don't know if we're going to find it in one of these 2 boxes, but I did pick up a Chase Bank box. It's been a while since I grabbed one of them, and I have a B of A box. Those have been kind of hot lately, at least hit and miss, but when they're hitting, they are hitting. Now, this is going to be episode number 115, and I have the playlist if you want to start from the beginning down below in the video description or pinned up here for your convenience. Now, I've already popped the top of both of these boxes to make sure we had circulated nickels. We do, so we have a 100 roll hunt. I'm going to go ahead and close up these albums, and we'll get this hunt started. And, of course, I'll bring you guys in if and when we have a find. Hopefully, I see you often with some good finds. Well, we're already on roll number 10 of box 1, and I don't know how many times I've gone through 10 rolls in a nickel box and didn't even have a 50s find. This box has been cold. Take a look at our very first find. It's going to be a 1939 nickel, and it has been abused. Highly unlikely it's a key date based on this condition, and it would be a shame if it was. But let's flip it and see. And it's going to be a 1939 Philadelphia, so we'll check it, although it'd be almost worthless in this condition for the DDR. It is not the DDR. It is definitely, yeah, it looked like an S. It's just damage. So it's definitely a 39P, and it is not going to be a Henning nickel either. Wow. That is a shame. Our first find of the box is a 39 Jefferson nickel. And maybe that was just thrown in because of the condition. Could be some discards. Hopefully the box heats up. Well, now this box is just getting flat out weird. We're on roll number 13, and we still have no finds from 1959 through 1940. All we had was that chewed up 39 I showed earlier. Our second find of the box is another 1939 nickel. And it's another 1939 Philadelphia. We'll quickly check it for that DDR, which it's not. Definitely a Philadelphia. And there's no Henning notch in the R, but I'll still weigh it up off camera. Unbelievable. 239 nickels. No other finds yet. Roll 15, we have our first find other than a 39 nickel, but looks like it might be a penny. And it is. And it might be a copper cent. It sounds like it's copper, but it's a memorial back either way. We'll take it. Still no 40s and 50s nickels yet. Same roll as that penny, and we finally have our first 40s Jefferson nickel. 1946 Denver with a little bit of red toning to it. We're on roll number 20, and we've added a few finds to the board. And we're going to add a few more because I can see them both. A 1940 Philadelphia. And peeking out right here is going to be a 1941 Philly as well. Roll number 26. Yet another nickel from 1941. Another Philadelphia to boot. We're on roll number 31, and it could be nothing, but just in case it's not nothing, I have a really nice older struck Jefferson nickel ender, and it does have a Denver mint mark, and that does look like it's probably maybe 1970 or earlier. It could just be a 64D, could be something like that, but it does have that nicer Jefferson older struck look with a Denver mint mark. Let's take a peek at it together and see if it's a fancy schmancy ender for the board. Here's that Denver minted ender, and yeah, it definitely has that older Jefferson look. Could it be a 50D? know, but it is a fantastic looking 1947 Denver. Holy cow. Wow, let's take a look at the steps. No steps to speak of, really, but still a nice nickel. It does have a nice ding right there, and there's a little bit of wear, and actually that ding probably is roller damage from this coin being an ender. But that is a beauty, and I will take toned 30s, 40s, and 50s nickels like this all day. That's a beauty for the board. Could be an upgrade. Roll number 33 is going to give us another crack at a key date. We have our third 1939 nickel of the hunt. It doesn't look that great, but it's better than the last two. Is there a mint mark? There's not a mint mark. We do have to check it for that DDR, though, just in case. And it's not going to be the DDR. It's definitely a Philadelphia, and I don't see the notch. 339's in the box, but man, that 47D is a stunner. Roll number 43 is going to give us another 1947 nickel, although it's not as nice as the last one we found. I'll still take it, though. It's another 1947 Philly, and I will not be putting it on top of the other find. Roll number 48. Another nickel from 1941, pretty slick. Another 1941 Philadelphia. Well, we finished box one, and it was definitely a lighter box than I like. Only 18 finds on the board. We got the copper cent, and I did pull aside one pretty nice 1999 Denver to see if it upgrades. But outside of that, not really anything for the book except for the 1947 Denver. I already checked it against the one in my personal collection, and it's about equal except for it has that little bit of damage on the reverse from being an ender. So it won't be an upgrader for my book, but definitely should be an upgrader for the albums in this series. That being said, we have two boxes to hunt. First box is down. We're going to slide this over and go ahead and do a live opening on it next. This one did look pretty decent by the holes in the bottom. I did see some older Jefferson designs, but we still haven't found a silver war nickel in this hunt and no buffaloes. And as I said, we do have quite a few older Jefferson designs showing their back. So that's a good sign for me. Let's go ahead and get the second box started. We have 18 finds on the board. Be nice to get north of 20 more in this hunt. I'll be back when I have my first of box two. Roll number 3 of the second box is going to give us a Mexican peso. I can see it peeking out. And this is going to be a 2014. We'll take it. We have found these before, and we actually have found a lot more recently, which is odd. This box has already had 3 finds, though, because that's one, and we had 2 58Ds. Hopefully it's a hot box. Roll number 56 of 100. Our first nickel from 1948 found. And that's going to be a 48 Philadelphia. Roll number 70 of the hunt. We've got our third nickel from 1947. That one's another 1947 Philadelphia. Same roll, and I don't film the 50s too often, but 2 coins behind that 47 is a really nice 1957 Denver. Too bad it wasn't the Philly, but we'll take it for sure. Roll 72, we've got a really nice 1940, at least from the obverse, in front of us. Yeah, that might be an upgrader as well. 1940, Philadelphia. We'll take that one. That's our third nice older Jefferson nickel through 72 rolls. Roll 75, we've got another 1947. 1947, Philadelphia again. Roll 79 had an old reverse ender showing. I figured it was going to be an old one. Flipped it around. It is 1941 Denver. Same roll. We've got another old nickel. It's a 1942. It was reverse facing. I did not see a mint mark above Monticello, and I don't see one now adjacent to Monticello. So that's going to be a 1942 non-silver nickel. We'll take it. Tougher date, although it's the Denver's a lot tougher. Roll number 76 is going to have a fun find because I just peeled back the edge and take a look at that. Looks like we might have a foreign coin here. And we do. It's going to be a Mexican 50-cent piece. 50-cent piece right there. Estados Unidos Mexicanos. We'll take it. 2008. We'll add it to the other Mexican coin we found from earlier and get back to the hunt. Roll 77. A 1941 Jefferson nickel. from Denver. Roll number 88 of the hunt, and I think I've said 70s the last couple of rolls, and I apologize, but roll number 88 looks like we're going to have our war nickel that we've been waiting for. Looks like a war nickel right there. Let's just double check. And it is. This is going to be a 1943 with some damage. Philadelphia, of course. You know, we'll go ahead and check it for that 3/2 and the double die. All right. I don't see the 3/2. And probably not going to see the double die. You know, this might even have some damage, but it might have some lamination issues as well. That might be lamination issues. Either way, we'll take it. 1943P finally got a war nickel. Now we just need a buffalo. Roll number 94. Nickel from 1940. And this one is a Philadelphia. The last roll, the hunt, roll number 100, is going to play with us and give us a 1 year off the one we need, 1951. Does it have a Denver as well? Nope, it's a damaged 1951 Philadelphia. We'll take it though. Let me finish up this roll. I'll be back with a recap. Well, we finished that 2-box hunt, and surprisingly, we ended with 40 total finds on the board. Actually, 42 if I count the top 2, but I'm not going to. So that means we got 22 finds in that box, and that puts that box at the better of the 2 boxes as far as total finds, and even one would argue with the quality of finds. Either way, a whole bunch of 40s and 50s, nothing too special about those dates, and none of them look that great. But we got a couple of Mexican coins here. We did get 3 1939s. I always pull those out. Unfortunately, one's really damaged. 2 are pretty slick, and they're all Philadelphia. As far as the beauties, we got a 1940 Philly, an absolutely stunning 1947 Denver, and a beautiful 1957 Denver as well. We also even managed to score a little silver for the silver jar, a Lamination Air 1943 Philly, which I don't think will upgrade any of the books, but we'll have to take a look. Speaking of upgrades, we'll have to check all of these against the books, and including the ones up here, even though I don't think we have any. But let me do that now, and I'll be back with a look at the books and some final thoughts on the hunt. Well, I finished comparing the finds to both albums, and surprisingly, we didn't need any of the nice nickels for the Series 2 book. We already have a stunning 1940 Philly in there, a beautiful 1947 Denver, and a really nice 1957 Denver. So, no upgrades, no additions yet again for the Series 2 book, and like I said before, it just goes to show you how nice that album is. The good news is, we were able to use all 3 of those upgraded or nicer nickels for the Series 3 Side Finds book, and the 1940 Philly plugged in nicely right there. The 1947D is right there, and the 1957 Denver is right there as well. So 3 upgrades for the Series 3 Side Finds book, and even though this book has a lot of holes and a lot of uglies, it definitely got better after this hunt. We've now hunted 95 boxes for the Series 2 album, and we're still missing that 50D, although we still have 72 more box chances left to best Series 1 and find it. For the Series 3 Side Finds album, we have now hunted 30 boxes, and even though we're stuck at 59 out of 65, getting 3 near mid-state nickels for upgrades was definitely a fun hunt, and we can't forget, we found silver for the silver jar. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this 2-box hunt. I know we didn't find a buffalo nickel, that would have been fun, but we found silver, we got upgrades, and it was a lot of fun for me. If it was fun for you as well, I'd appreciate that thumbs up. And as always, everyone, happy hunting, and thanks for watching. Only 2 more months left of the year, and I don't know if we're going to fill the silver jar.